Harley-Davidson made a major overhaul of their touring motorcycles for 2024. Will the Softails be next? Stick around, I'll tell you what I think. And welcome back. Or welcome if this happens to be your first time here. If you're just floating by looking at Harley-Davidson related videos, I know there's a gazillion channels. I appreciate you spending 5 or 10 minutes with me. So if it is your first time, subscribe. It's free. You don't get anything other than a chance to hear me blather every week about Harley-Davidson and products. And, it might be a new upgrade we're doing to one of our bikes. It might be a trip we're taking. This week, it's going to be about trying to look into the future a little bit, see what Harley-Davidson might be up to. But subscribe. We have a lot of fun every week. It's 5 or 10 minutes of your life, and it helps me if you subscribe. So come on. I wanted to talk about what I'm thinking about next year for 2025 already. I know the 2024 just came out, but I just was thinking out loud, I guess, is what we're calling this. I'm just kind of mulling some things over that came to my mind. I wanted to share with you guys and get your opinion. So for 2024, Harley-Davidson totally redesigned their touring bikes. Not totally, I mean, it's the same frame. It's the Milwaukee 8, but they made some tweaks to it. It's a little bit different. But there are some significant changes, obviously, if you've seen the bikes. The fairings are different. The bags are different. The tank is different. A lot of difference. So for the most part, they've had very good success with these new motorcycles. The sales are doing well. I have not heard a lot of people with problems with these bikes. I do know that if you subscribe to Headshot87, he's had some issues with his. I'll put a link to his channel down below. Check it out. I give the guy a lot of credit because he's had a lot of problems with this brand new bike. It's been towed. They've had to replace the battery, the BCM, and he still doesn't know if it's right. And he's being very patient. He's gotten Harley-Davidson corporate involved, and they've been fantastic in trying to help him out with this whole thing. But yeah, he has had some issues with his bike. And like I said, it's basically the Milwaukee 8 is the same. The transmission is the same. The frame is the same. So he hasn't had any issues with that, but he has had issues with the electronics because we see that the infotainment system is totally different now. It uses a different operating system, but that also entails new wiring harnesses. The entire electronic system, from what I understand, is totally different, and that's where he's having his problems. And could there be more? I mean, there may be other people that have these bikes that are having issues that I haven't heard about. There may be other glitches along the way. I'm not in the market for a new motorcycle. I've got my 2023 Road Glide ST that I absolutely love. It's sitting right here. It's only got I don't know, not quite 9,000 miles on it. I've had it about 8 months. I have no desire to trade it in. I've got it fixed the way I want it. I love it and I'm happy. So I'm not in the market. But if I were, I might hold off a year or two before buying one of these bikes because you don't know if there are going to be bugs or kinks to be worked out. For instance, when the Milwaukee 8 came out, I said, I'm in the market, but I'm not going to buy anything. I'm going to hold off just to make sure that this new Milwaukee 8, I'm sure it'll be a great motor, but there's going to be some glitches along the way. And sure enough, oil pump and some other things but again, they made them right. They took care of it. Now the Milwaukee 8 is a fantastic motor. People love it. It's gotten tons of great reviews. So the same thing, it's possible the same thing could happen with these 2024s with the new electronics. So I'm not in the market, but I would hold off even if I were. So since they not completely, but for the most part, redid the 2024 touring models, will they do that again next year with the Softails? Now, I know they just redid them in 2018 with a new frame. I mean, they completely redid the bike then. They eliminated the Dyna and incorporated some of the Dyna models into the Softail line. You guys know all that. I don't need to tell you. And the bikes are amazing. I mean, it's tough to convince a Dyna guy, a Dyna bro, if you want to call him that, into being a Softail guy because they love these Dynas. And I had a Dyna. I had a Super Glide and loved it. But these new ones are better in every way. They just are. And they just are. The suspension's better. The handling's better. It's all better. So they just redid them all a few years ago. But Indian just released their new already 2025. I think it's the Scout line. Again, I don't follow Indian. I'm not a fan of Indian. I have no interest in Indian at all, other than the fact that I think it's great that they're there because they're pushing Harley-Davidson to be better. That's why the entire touring line got revamped, because Harley-Davidson needed to keep up with the changes that Indian was making to their Challenger and various bikes. Well, if they just updated their Scout line, which is equivalent, pretty much to the Softails. Maybe Harley-Davidson will do something new just to wow us like they did in 2024. I don't know exactly what it would be that they would change on these bikes because, like I said, they're already comfortable. They've got a ton of power. They're great bikes. We've got right there, Lowrider S. It's a 2020 Milwaukee 8. My wife loves that bike. That's hers. She loves it. And I really don't know what they would do to improve it. Now, last year they come out with a new model, the Lowrider ST, which was, holy cow, their best selling bike. You couldn't go into the showroom and test ride one because they were all sold. They were gone. They were last year's version of this year's CVO ST. You can't find the CVO Road Glide ST anywhere. I haven't seen one yet in a showroom that's sitting there for sale. I've seen two or three at Speedway Harley-Davidson that were already sold. That's kind of how it was last year with the Lowrider ST. They were sold before they came in. They were a hot commodity. Again, it's a great, great bike. I've heard nothing negative about that bike. People that have it love it. So I know Ty from Tennessee, if you follow his channel, he has a Lowrider ST and loves it. He's also got a Road Glide and he loves that. So there's a guy that right there. He's got a beautiful Road Glide. Will he trade up to a 2024 model? A lot of people are doing that. For me, like I said, I'm not in the market because I like my bike, but it doesn't make sense anyway. These new models are really driving the value of bikes like mine down. I mean, I'd get nothing for this on trade because nobody wants these anymore. They all want the new bike. So the value on this has plummeted. So trading in is just not an option. Selling it outright, maybe I could do that and get back what I owe. But, like most people, I have a loan on my bike. I financed it and I'm making a monthly payment. So trade value is gone. There's no way to trade that bike in. So a lot of guys are in the same boat. I was speaking with a salesperson at Speedway Harley-Davidson. He said it's the same. The people are coming in the door. They want to buy the new 2024s, but they owe too much on their trade-in, and that's because the values have plummeted because these new bikes are so popular. So I don't know if that's if the used market will continue like that to drop. We'll have to wait and see. Prime selling season is coming up. We're into April now. You're going to start seeing people buying bikes left and right. So that may push the used values back up. Let's hope so. But it's interesting to see guys that had 2022s or 2023s even that bought this new bike. Robert Simmons from Be the Boss Your Motorcycle. He's had several Harleys. He still does have several Harleys, but he just bought a Road Glide ST and the CVO. And he just raves about it. I follow him on Facebook and everything else, and he said it's the best bike he's ever owned. It's the most beautiful bike he's ever owned, and he just can't stop gushing about how great this bike is. As I said in my review, it is a great bike, phenomenal bike, just not for me, not for my style of riding. I just wouldn't be happy with that bike. Beautiful bike, but so will they upgrade the Softail line for 2025? That remains to be seen. They've got to do something new for next year because I wouldn't want to be a designer or any of the employees because you got to outdo what you did last year. And man, they're having 2 years in a row now. They've had some really hot product that they've got to try to outdo next year. So good luck, guys. Man, you got your work cut out for you because the Lowrider ST was a huge seller for you last year. This year, it's the all the new touring models, especially that Road Glide CVO ST. That thing is a huge seller, and you got to outdo it. So I don't know what you're going to do, but come up with something. But anyway, that's my rant. I just wanted to talk and just get your opinion. Comment down below if you think they're going to do anything different for next year with these Softails. If so, what? I mean, they're so nice. I don't know what else you would do. But anyway, thanks for coming along for the ride. If I come up with anything else that I want to chat with you about, I'll throw out a short. But you guys ride safe, ride often, and I'll see you in the next one.